Hello, Wisters. Good evening. Sarah Lee here again. So this time I'm going to go over common property and garden weeds and their correspondences. I'm going to start off with chicory. This is a chicory plant right here. And so it's a very common plant, and it's a part of the dandelion family. We usually see it with the bright blue flowers. This humble herb has many magical abilities. Chicory's magic also enchanted Christian monks who used it as a substitute or an addition for their coffee in the 10th century. I can understand why, since our visit to New Orleans. It's my newest coffee addiction, that's for sure. Anywho, chicory's element is air. Its planet is the sun, and deities, excuse me, and deities associated are Ra, Apollo, and Helios. Its flowers can be eaten, carried, sprinkled in tea, and burned as an incense, providing you're not allergic to it. It's used for removing obstacles, promote frugality, and influence favors from others. Place fresh chicory flowers on your altar during spell work for those pesky obstacles, and furthermore, burn it at your altar for magical and prophetic powers. Smudging or cleansing with chicory can break curses. Next up, I have dandelion. Hold on a second. So I don't have very many dandelions left this evening. Got a bunch of puffs, but not many dandelions. So, the dandelion lore began in ancient China during the 7th century. The seed heads are used for many purposes, including foreseeing how long you will live by the number of seeds left after blowing. Sending messages to loved ones, blow the puff in their direction and visualize your message. If you've got a bad habit you want to get rid of, associate it with the dandelion puff and blow it away from you. And then, of course, to make wishes. Because of their ability to grow just about anywhere and adapt to a variety of soils, they represent resilience, strength, and the ability to overcome adversity. In some magical traditions, dandelions are associated with Aphrodite because of her connection with the bees, and in other traditions, this plant is connected to the underworld by way of association with Hecate. Dandelions can be used in a number of spells, wishes, luck, communication, dream magic, and divination. Our next one, we have cornflowers. Got some beauties right here, and let's run over here. Come on. Got another beautiful set. I need to pluck these guys, that's for sure. So cornflowers have been around as a magical tool for a very long time. Its magical benefits include enhancing psychic abilities, fertility, love, sex, and abundance. The flowers are used to decorate altars, and then dried flowers can be carried to attract lovers. Cornflower is associated with matters of sight and is said to open up the third eye, as well as bestowing the gift of seeing the fae. Keep it around the home for protection against evil spirits and to alleviate arguments between lovers. Next one, borage. Let me flip this around. This plant is actually also considered part of the lettuce family and is edible, but all those wonderful fuzzies don't make it so comfortable to eat. So, the bold magic of borage is ruled by Jupiter and Leo. It was eaten for courage by Roman soldiers before they went into battle, and medieval knights wore scarves embroidered with the flower for the same reason. Courage and psychic powers are what is most commonly used for this yard garden surprise and is also beneficial in ensuring domestic tranquility. Float the flowers in a bath to raise one's spirits. Carry or burn as an incense to increase courage and strength. And sprinkle around the home to ward off evil. Next up, we have common mallow. I'm going to get through the garden here so I can get to it. Here she is. There's quite a few of them actually, and it is one of my husband's favorite garden weeds. So mallow is very pretty, but it's also very pesky. It's had a long history in holistic medicine owing to the fact that the plant, in particular its roots, has a substantial amount of mucilage. Historically, mallow has been used as a topical poultice for infusions to heal wounds and is noted in Native American folk history as a remedy to treat swellings and sores. Magically, mallow is used for lust and sex magic. Next, I have field bindweed. I'm going to try to show you as good as I can because they're closed up for the evening, because they do close at night, open during the day, but it's just too hot to do this during the day. So here we have a bindweed vine, and let's come across the grass here. We've got a couple of bindweeds here and quite a few over here. All of these are actually stretching off of that one vine. Well, bindweed can be found growing uninvited in most yards and is considered a noxious weed by most people. It's a pretty plant with a pleasant scent, but it does tend to choke out other plants. Not many know, though, that bindweed vines can be used in binding spells, including hand fasting, and creating bridges and connections between realms. This plant is also good for purging and clearing negative influences. Carry an amulet with the dried flowers to counteract negativity directed towards you from others. Last but not least, clover. We have tons of clover. Well, more so because I've purposely planted it. White, yellow, and red. So I decided for my last one, I'm gonna sit in the grass amongst Charlie and Charlize. Say hello, guys. Anyway, to go over clover. There's many different types of clover, all of which can be used magically. The trifoliate leaves are believed to symbolize the Trinity. As such, they were often worn for protection and to deflect evil and spells. Four-leaf clovers, on the other hand, are often associated with the cross and believed to bring the finder good fortune. It's also been used to enhance psychic powers and to detect the presence of spirits. 2- and 5-leaf clovers are much less common than the 4-leaf clover, but still possess potent magic. Finding a 2-leaf means you shall soon find a lover, while a 5-leaf will bring you riches, especially if you wear it. All clovers bring general protection and aid in getting over heartbreak. Clover is one of the flowers of the fairies and can aid in your ability to see and work with them, whether you sit and meditate with the clover present, hence sitting in the grass, car driving by, or place clover blossoms on your altar to attract the fairies. White and red clover have slightly different magical properties. White clover helps break hexes, while red clover removes negative spirits. Clover can be used in a number of spells, including love spells, protection magic, spirit communication, fairy magic, and prosperity spells. That's all I have for you today on different weeds growing. Definitely, if you have any others that you have growing in your yard that you utilize in your practice, please let me know. I would love to know about them. In the meantime, I think I'm going to lay down with Charlie and Charlize here and hope that a fairy or two come and say hello to me. Bye now. And many blessings.